This really is an audience of two halves. This side, you're perfect. This side, you're pathetic. Think smart, don't take it to heart. Imagine if you were immune to what other people thought or said about you. Imagine if you were immune to what I just said. We've all met people who are too scared to achieve their dreams or do what they love out of fear of what other people might say or think about them. Can you think of a time when someone really pushed your buttons? For me, it was when I was at work. You know when you have to bite your lip because you're scared of saying something to someone that you know you're going to regret? This was that time. It was 1 minute past 9 in the morning. Andy was already there. Half day, is it, mate? I didn't bite. I know we've had that before. Later on in the day, I'm running late for a deadline for the boss. If only you got in on time, mate, you might make that deadline. Didn't bite. The day carries on. It gets to about 5 o'clock. I'm tired, I want to go home. I've had enough of work and I've had enough of Andy. I yawn. You've only just got in, mate. What are you yawning for? Now, at this point, I said some things to Andy that I'd be ashamed to say in front of my parents, let alone my grandparents. The next thing I know, Giorgio, get in my office now! The boss calls me in. I've never been sacked after 2 months before. Why do you take things so personal? No. No one has ever got anywhere taking things personally. Take my daughter, for example. When my daughter cries, moans, or gets upset, I know. It's because she's tired, hungry, or wants attention. I see the motive behind what she says. I don't just see what she says. Why don't you start seeing the motive and start using your brain? And remember, think smart. Don't take it to heart. And don't be bloody late again. I couldn't believe the power of what he said. To see the motive behind what people say. So a lot of the times we can all relate to when people have called us names and said something to us, and we just take it personally straight away. But actually they have a motive. Maybe they're jealous of us. Maybe they're insecure of themselves. Either way, we don't have to take it personally. Can you now see the motive the next time you're in my situation? The next time you have to deal with an Andy? Think smart. Don't take it to heart. Now this reminds me of the time I was at the park with my friend Brent. Brent's about this height, with a long beard and a skinhead. It looks like he's put his head on upside down. Typical look of an IT engineer. Now, I started telling Brent all about Johnny. Johnny was a lad from uni, and he drove me mad, to be honest. He always used to wind me up. You know when you get thrown into situations with people and you just have to get on with them? Like at work, uni, or Toastmasters. Kevin. Well, this lad Johnny always used to call me names just so he could get a reaction. And I never disappointed. Always reacted. Bren, listen to me. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. What do you mean? Well, if I give you this water bottle as a present and you don't receive it, whose water bottle is it? It's still yours. Exactly. So this is the same with words and emotions like anger. So when people get angry with us and we don't feel insulted, the anger falls back on them and they're the ones feeling unhappy. Quite profound for an IT engineer. Now, this changed my perspective. Now, I'd taken things personally for 20 plus years. And in this moment, I realised I didn't have to. I could change the way I reacted to people. So, I got obsessed with it actually, and how I can change my reactions to people. I even started agreeing with people when they personally insulted me, and it was amazing, the results. The next time Andy said, "Half that is it, mate?" It is actually, Andy, yeah. You're really punctual. I wish I could be as punctual as you. No, mate, I'm only joking. I mean, you work harder than me and longer hours as well, you know. So. Wow. It was amazing. As if I had this magical power. Now, if I can get Andy to agree with me, you can get anyone to agree with you. It was really powerful. So think smart. Don't take it to heart. Now, this really is an audience of two halves. Maybe half of you remember what I've said today. But if you take nothing from this talk, please take away this. Be all you can be. Do your very best at whatever you can do. Because there will be people trying to bring you down. And when that happens, I want you to make sure that you promise me one thing. Think smart. Don't take it to heart. Thank you.